Hello everyone, I'm Sam. In this tutorial, we are going to add a design to a t-shirt and make it look realistic. And you will be able to make the final PSD result as your t-shirt mockup template, so as you can change the design every time you need to. To begin, open your t-shirt image in Photoshop by going to File, Open, navigate to the image folder, select the image file, and click Open. This free image is by Jeff Burrows that I took from Pixabay, which is even free for commercial use. Then, we need to make a displacement PSD file for the t-shirt texture that we will use to blend with the design we are going to add after then. To do that, select the t-shirt using the Magic Wand tool if your image has a transparent background. Right-click over here, and click on the Magic Wand tool. But in case your t-shirt image has a complex background pattern, I suggest using the Quick Selection tool instead. Because I use the Magic Wand tool, simply click on the transparent area, then right-click and choose Select Inverse. For those of you who use the Quick Selection tool, the selection doesn't have to be precise because we will only blend the middle part of the texture. Then make the selection as layer mask by clicking this icon. It's okay for the replacement file that we will make as just like this. But if you want to increase or decrease the shadow or highlight area, you can add a levels adjustment layer by clicking on this icon and select Levels. Right-click on the Levels layer and click Create Clipping Mask. At the Levels Properties box, move any sliders to get the shadows and highlights levels as you want. Now we are going to save this as a PSD file. Go to File, Save As, navigate to the current project folder, give it a name as Displacement or any name you want, make it PSD file format, click Save, and click OK. Next, delete the levels layers and layer mask as well. From here, again, make sure you save the project as a different PSD file. So, save it again. Go to File, Save As, navigate to the current project folder, give it any name you want. In this demonstration, I name it T-shirt mockup and make it as PSD file format, so that when we save our work progress later, we will not replace the displacement file. Next, we are going to add the graphic design. Drag the graphic design to the canvas and resize it by pressing and holding Alt and Shift buttons while dragging the size controller. Like this. If you finish, click this check mark. By the way, this design is by Paid Lanford from Pixabay. To make the design looks realistic upon the t-shirt, we need to blend the graphic design with the t-shirt folds using the displacement file. To do that, make sure you select the graphic design layer, go to Filter, Distort, select Displays. At this Display Settings box, let the settings as it is, which is the default settings. And when you click OK, Photoshop will ask you to select the displacement map, which is the displacement PSD file we created earlier. Select the file and click Open. Up to here, you can see that the graphic design now has a texture as the t-shirt has. But one more important trick to make it even more realistic is adjusting the blending options for the underlying layer. So, right-click on the graphic layer, select Blending Options, and stay on this Blending Options Settings tab. Here we are going to make the shadow area darker by blending only the dark parts of the underlying layer. To do that, drag the left side slider of the underlying layer rightward. But you can see that this way even distorts the shadows area. To avoid that, press the Alt button while dragging the slider back to the left side. This way splits the gauge. If you finish, click OK, and here is the result. As you can see, the design curves now follow the t-shirt's folds. And the last but optional, you might also want to reduce the opacity a little bit. Here is the final result. That's all for this tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more future uploads. Thanks for watching this video and see you guys later.